1 out of 4 Americans will experience a mental health issue at some point in their lives. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Eileen Joseph. She is President and CEO of CareLink Community Support Services. Thanks so much for being with us.
It's great to be here, Jill.
May is Mental Health Month, and you say this is a month to spread awareness, but give us an idea as to what happens during this month and really throughout the year when it comes to working to remove stigmas and raising awareness when it comes to mental illness.
Okay. Well, you're right. May is Mental Health Month, and that's when we like to spread the awareness of just how the prevalence of mental illness is and how important mental health is for all of us. So what we know is that 1 in 4 of us will at some point in our lives experience some form of a mental illness. So perhaps depression at the loss of a loved one, post-traumatic stress disorder for those returning from war or who have been kind of involved in some kind of crime, depression as a result of the loss of a job, an anxiety by taking on a new job or moving to a new home. So what we also know is that 1 in 17 of us will live with a serious and persistent mental illness. It's something that's long-standing, such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or chronic depression is the primary ones. And with that, a person really has a serious mental illness that it looks differently for every person. There's no one design for someone with schizophrenia or a bipolar disorder. However, what the mental health community does is really want to educate the entire community about how important it is to recognize that many of us, if we don't suffer from that illness, we know someone, we love someone who does suffer from that illness.
And the statistics really bear that. Let's talk a little bit about the stigma associated with mental illness. You say the stigma is still there.
The stigma is very prominent. We look in the newspapers and we see, under issues related to gun reform, we talk about deranged individuals. Well, someone with a mental illness who has a brain disease, mental illness is a brain disease, to call them deranged is really just very stigmatizing. It makes us afraid of someone with a mental illness when in fact that person can be my mother or your sister. It's a family member, your next door neighbor, your colleague at work. And so what we do know is that we can work with individuals to understand their disease, how to manage their disease, how to live with the disease, and how to move on with their life and achieve their life goals and the valued roles in their community, such as a parent, a spouse, an employee, a coworker.
And this is something you as an organization started doing in 1959, and I want to quickly get to your mission, CareLink's mission, and what you do on a regular basis as an organization, because you work, as you mentioned, to help people achieve goals and in the end to achieve recovery and wellness.
Right. Commonly, the onset of a mental illness would occur in the puberty years of 13, 14 years old, or as an individual is kind of moving on towards their adult life, 18, 19, 21 years old. And so what, as an organization, we do is we really help an individual, number one, learn about their illness, understand it, and also learn how to manage their illness, just like any chronic illness, learn to manage it. And then to move into those valued roles that they may have lost, such as going back to school and getting their degree or going back to work.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
We've been talking with Eileen Joseph. She is with CareLink Community Support Services. I'm Jill Horner.